Yeah, I think the last time I was at the Federal Bureau of Prisons, it was a really eye opener, right? Because at this Florence, the well, medium security, it was no trees. It was we were always on lockdown, right? It was always fights, right, between different cars is just the group that you roll with, right? You got Native Americans, you have Crips, you have Bloods, you have Nation of Islam, you have Vice Lords. So cars are always getting into it until we were always locked up. So I was like, you know what? If I get out this time and try something different. And so when I got out, I'll never forget I had one pair of pants, two shirts, one I think two pairs of boxers and a pair of shoes, and they released me. And I didn't really live here in Albuquerque, right? Because I was commuting back from uh, Albuquerque in Mexico. And so when I got out, I was like, shit, I don't have anything. So I caught the bus. I'll never forget, I caught the bus to El Paso. And I told myself, I'm never, ever going to come back to America, right? I got a nice house in Mexico. I got a wife. Fuck America, right? So I get to Mexico and I land with my wife. And I'll never forget, that was Friday. And that Saturday, we had to go to a quinceañera or a party. And I don't know if you ever been locked up, but I was tripping. I was tripping like tripping. Right? I have a really, really pretty wife, and I'm tripping. Like, why is this guy looking at you? Like, my insecurities are coming out. She's like, Patricia, you're tripping. So I was like, all right. So we go to the quinceañera or some party, and we come back. I'll never forget, we're laying in the bed, and she turns around to me. She says, you know what? I don't love you anymore. I was like, what? She said, I don't love you anymore. I was like, wow, why didn't you tell me this while I was in prison? And my black ass would have never came back over here. She's like, well, shit happens. I just want to tell you that. I was like, really? So I was like, okay. And so I was like, you sure you don't work this out? She's like, nope. I was like, fuck it. So that next morning, I'll never forget. She made me breakfast, and I was like, fuck. I'm like tripping hardcore. Like, why didn't you just tell me? So I was like, you know what? Just take me to the bus station. I'm gonna go back to Albuquerque and I'll face the consequences. So it's Sunday, and she dropped me off at the bridge, and I get back on the bus and I come check in with my federal probation officer. He says, "You know what? You're lucky because we were just about to send the U.S. Marshals to come lock you up for not reporting, right?" So I was like, "Shit." So they let me go, but I got this dilemma. I don't have shit. I don't have a place to stay at. I got just like a couple clothes now that I brought from Mexico. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So walking downtown, I was like, let me go to my friend's house, who I knew before I got it locked up. And luckily, went to his house, knocked on the door, he was there, right? So I was like, word. He's like, don't trip. You can stay here till you get on your feet. So lo and behold, I knew somebody else, and I gave him a call, and I had a job within the first week, right? It wasn't a major job. It was at Jiffy Lube, right? So something told me that God inside of me, like, you can't give up. I got you, right? So I'm working, but I'm still broke. So I was downtown and I heard about a program where I think it was at St. Martin's at that time.